Susie, it's great to be here today with you at the Williams Partnership Day. I'm really excited to talk to you about your career in sports. So thank you for taking the time.
It's my pleasure.
That's great. If we get started, I really want to talk a little bit about you and how you made this career choice. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into race car driving?
Well, it started really young for me. My parents have a motorbike shop on the west coast of Scotland, so I had my first little motorbike. I was 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
And when I was 8 years old, I started karting. And when you're 8 years old, you're not thinking about a career, you're not thinking about the future. You very much live in the moment and you do what you enjoy. And for me, that was karting. I loved the speed, the adrenaline, the competition. And I very much had found my passion in life, and I followed that passion. And at 14, was taken to watch a Formula 3 race, which is like a miniature Formula 1 car. And that's when I decided I wanted to be a Formula 1 driver, and that became my ultimate goal.
That's fantastic. Very impressive at a very young age. So what's been the most rewarding moment you've experienced so far?
There's many rewarding moments. I think getting to the top of any sport is tough. Staying at the top of any sport is tough. And Formula 1 environment is tough. But for me, the best part of the job was without a doubt being out on track, driving the car. It's been a long journey to get to Formula 1 with many ups and downs, some brilliant days and also some very, very tough days. But I think it's about taking the good and the bad and ultimately always following your dream.
So you talk a little bit about how tough it's been. Can you tell me about a couple of the challenges you may have experienced and how you overcame them?
Well, I didn't realize until quite late actually that it was unusual for a woman to be in motorsport, because by the time I got to 18, I was ranked 15th in the world, and I very much felt like I belonged out on track just as much as anybody else. My gender never really was an issue for me, but when I moved into single-seater racing, it became quite apparent that it was unusual for a girl to be doing what I was doing. And so I got quite a lot of media attention, some of it negative, because many people didn't think that women could be successful at that level of racing. And along the road, because it's so competitive, in motorsport there is only ever one winner, and not everyone can win it all the time. So you have to cope with the disappointments, you have to cope with the tough days when things don't go to plan, and ultimately pick yourself back up and keep going. And for me, there was definitely some tough moments along the way, bad race weekends. I broke my ankle in 2005, lost my drive. So there were definitely very tough times.
I can imagine. And you obviously overcame them very well. So how important do you think it is to have women in this sport?
I think ultimately there's no reason why women can't be successful in Formula 1, on and off the track. People tell me always that motorsport is a male-dominated world, but actually one of my bosses, Claire Williams, is a woman. I work with many women within the team, and they're all there because they do a fantastic job. They're not there because someone decided to try and get more women into motorsport or was pushing women. They are there because they're the best people for the job. So I think it's always about going back to performance, regardless of your gender. If you come in and you perform, that's the main thing. You earn the respect of the people around you. And we're seeing more and more women come into Formula 1, and it's happening in a very organic way. They're coming because they want to come. And the more that come in, they're then role models for the next generation. So I see it moving in a very positive way.
That's fantastic. Do you find yourself playing a mentorship role to some of the women entering the sport?
Yeah, I already do a little bit of mentoring, but the truth is right now I'm fighting hard to keep myself at the top of the sport, to stay in Formula 1. There's a couple of young girls who are karting that I'm in contact with and helping as much as I can, but it's a full-time job for me just now, and I very much see that as something that I can do to a better effect after I've stopped racing.
And so what about you? What's next for you in the next few years?
Well, this year was a big year for me. Obviously, it was 2 Friday sessions for the team. One didn't go very well, but the other one did go very well. So for me, it's about continuing with the team. I'm a very proud member of Williams MARTINI Racing. I want to continue at this team, and I want to be driving a Formula 1 car as much as I can.
Now, one more question for you. If you were to give any type of advice, career advice, to women and men actually who are starting their careers, either in sport or otherwise, what would that advice be?
For me, the most important bit of advice is to follow your passion. Because I think if you can find your passion in life, the success comes that bit easier. The tough days are that little bit easier to cope with. And actually, you never have to work a day in your life because you wake up every day and do something you enjoy. And someone said to me some years ago, dream big, but always have a plan of how you're going to achieve that dream, because a dream without a plan is just a wish.
That's fantastic. Very inspirational comments. So now, Susie, you know I'm very nervous, but I think I'm going to go for a ride in the car now.
No need to be nervous. You're in very safe hands, I promise.
Excellent. I trust you. Let's go for it.